So I just like to start a little bit with walking with him and just check his focus. So I'm just going to be leading him around and check if he is following me nicely. If I turn to the left, I want him to turn as well and move his hind legs a little bit. And then I can walk straight and go towards him. I will see if he will move away from me. If I'm walking towards his head and his neck, good. And I'm feeling him a little bit more distracted, and he is a horse that is typically a little bit easily distracted. So if he sees one of my dogs or one of my horses walking, outside, he will be very focused on that. So yeah, he has to work on his attention a little bit and his focus. I'm moving towards his hind legs a little bit, one more time, good. Moving towards his front end a little bit, one more time, good. And then I'm going to go to the wall and check if he will stop and back up. So we're just going to go over here, stop, go backwards. Really nice, good boy. And then I'm going to give him a little treat. Good. And it's important to always do everything on both sides. So when I finish here a little bit on the left, I'm going to change over to the right. And I'm not doing a lot of groundwork with him because he's kind of in a process where we are working mostly on the riding, but I just like to do a little bit, just to kind of feel him and how he feels today. Moving towards his hind legs, stepping over, very nice. Moving towards his front. And I just want to check, that he is focused, listening to me, paying attention. Good. So we have like a good start when I'm going to start to ride him. So this is why I'm doing the groundwork a little bit. Stop, back up. He sometimes on this hand will back up a little bit with his hind to the inside like he's doing now. So you can tell his body is a little bit in the arena. So I'm going to move him over and we're going to try one more time. A little bit better this time. But I can feel him wanting to move the hind legs in. And it's because he's a little bit skeptical of the walls. And he is a little bit confident on the left hand and a little bit less confident on the right. And when he came here, it was a lot of wind, so the walls were kind of blowing a lot. There was a lot of noise in the walls. So he's a little bit skeptical of them. And especially on the right hand, he's a little bit more skeptical. So that's why he's kind of backing away from the wall a little bit. But, he just needs to practice. After I have been walking with him, I'm going to change to the kind of lunge position and check his focus a little bit more and see if he will listen to my cues when I ask him for the different gaits. I also want to check if he is paying attention to my energy. So right now, my energy is very low. I'm just being calm and I want him to focus and just walk. And if I raise my energy and stretch my hand forward, I want him to trot. Very good. And then I can move around a little bit. And I just want him to trot on a loose rope. I really don't want him to pull on the rope. I just want him to follow me wherever I'm guiding him. Good. And I'm going to stay a little bit on the other side of the arena now. Good. And then I'm relaxing my energy and I will see if he pays attention. Very nice. So I like with the groundwork if I don't need to use any vocal cues. I will do it in the beginning to teach him the different vocal cues for the different gaits. But especially right now when I'm going from a walk to a trot and a trot to a walk, I want to see if he can just pay attention to my energy. So raising my energy again, very good. Good. relaxing my energy. Nice. And then I'll move backwards to change the hand. Very good. And relaxing my energy again. And raising my energy. Very good. And, you know, I typically like to teach the horse walk, trot, and canter when I teach them how to be ridden. But it really depends on how well the horse can canter. So this guy is struggling a little bit with canter. So I haven't been able to canter that much with him. He still needs to build up muscles and confidence when he's cantering. But I've been trying to teach him the cue for canter. And I'm going to try now. One more time. Oh, it's a little jumpy today. One more time. Ah, good. Okay, very nice. And I remember the first day when I was training him and I tried to make him canter, it was a lot of effort. He really didn't want to canter. He just wanted to trot super fast, super fast, super fast. And I had to work pretty hard to get him to a canter. But now it's quite a little bit more easy to get him to actually canter. But because he's been struggling a little bit with this, I'm not going to ask him to canter for a long time. I just want him to do the change, you know. Do the canter, go into a canter. Canter a few steps and that's okay. Good. The left side is his stronger side. So the right sometimes is a little bit more difficult. You just basically have a little bit more confidence on the left. And I feel that also when I'm riding him. So, you know, he really wants to go to the left. So I'm just going to see here if we can go a little bit to the right. And I like to relax him. So after we canter, I just want to go back to a walk and make sure that he can keep a relaxed state of mind. If he's coming too close, I can wiggle a little bit towards his face and ask him to step out a little bit more. Good. And I want to keep my energy low, sending him out a little bit there. Good. And then I'm going to raise my energy. He didn't follow, so there I needed to do the vocal cue as well. He's a little bit close here. I'm going to send him out a little bit more. He's ready for a canter. Good. One more time. Ah, good. Good boy. And you know, because he doesn't have to canter for too long, it's going to motivate him to actually canter. If I want to try to canter, and he's already struggling with canter, he will not want to canter, you know? So you have to make it easy for him to do a challenging thing. So that's why I'm only cantering him a little bit. Good boy. Okay, just going to check the girth a little bit. Good boy. I like to give treats after I tighten the girth as well. So they kind of will resemble it with something good. And also I want to mention, I never tighten the girth a lot. It's quite loose, you know. I just don't want the saddle to slide. That's the only thing. But you definitely don't want to tighten the girth way too much. I like to go behind him and do a little jump. Good. And then I'm going to test that he can bend his neck. He really knows. Yes, good boy. Good boy. He's starting to get very familiar with the routine. So if he were to stay longer, I would start to mix it up. But for now, because he's very in the beginning phase, I like to do the same routine every day so he gets familiar with the routine. And you know, when he's entering here, he will know what to expect because it's the same every day. So that's also going to give the horse a lot of confidence. He will know what to expect and he will know the routine. Good. Then we're gonna bend his neck here. Beautiful. Perfect. Good boy. Good, good, good. Very good. Okay. The last thing I do from the ground is just to check that he will back up a little bit. I'm just going to give him some more space behind him, so he doesn't have to back up into the wall. Here we go. Good. And I want this to be very soft and very light. So I've been teaching him and practicing this a little bit every day. I just wiggle a little bit, put very little pressure on him, and he will back up very good. Good boy. Yes, good, good. And give treats. Good. Okay. Now I'm ready to get on. I'm just gonna tie my reins. And it's so great with the rope halter that you can use it for groundwork and you can use it for riding, and you can just very easily make reins with this rope. Very nice. Okay, good. Standing nice and patiently. I like that. Good boy. Okay, then we're gonna go over here to the mounting block and get on him. And I'm actually just gonna put the reins over his head. There you go. And I'm not gonna be needing my gloves, I think. So I'm gonna put him here. There you go. And he's quite spoiled with treats when I'm riding him. I'm gonna show you what I have been doing. So I give him treats when he's kind of positioning himself to the right place. If he's moving a little bit, I'm just gonna position him back. But there you go. And then I'm gonna get on. Ugh. And then I'm gonna give him treats on the right. And in the beginning, when I started to ride him, I would always, give him treats on both sides, and we kind of stuck with this. So each time I give him treats, he will get a little treat on the right and a little treat on the left. And I typically quit with that when I start training the horses, but with him we just kind of kept it going because he's so cute. He's always turning his face, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you're gonna get treats on the left as well. So he's a little bit spoiled with that. Yes, you are. Yes. Good boy. Okay, then we are ready. And in the beginning, it was quite difficult to back him up. So we have been practicing a little bit with this, and I feel like now he's really liking to back up. He's doing it with ease. He's kind of taking initiative to back up. So sometimes he will just start to show off a little bit with this. Yes, you're very good. But I'm just gonna kind of wait for him to stop and start to ride. Okay, so I've just been training him with the very basic stuff. The goal is just to be able to ride him in walk, trot, and canter, and he's getting quite nice in a walk and in a trot. And the canter, we're just practicing going into the canter and try to canter a little bit. But he needs to practice this a lot more. So he can be a little bit distracted sometimes, so we'll just have to see how it will go today. Sometimes he will see stuff like on the wall, or he will hear a sound and he will be a little bit spooked. But the great thing about him is that he is definitely an introverted horse. So even if he spooks a little bit or get distracted, he will not do a lot of drama, He will just maybe stop and stare. He's not going to go into a crazy mode, so that's good. And I'm just going to start with walking. I'm going to walk on loose reins and do some circles in the corner. Here I'm feeling him spooking a little bit. And even though he is a beginner with riding, I'm going to use my seat as well to guide him. So he's kind of getting used to the energy from my body language. So I'm going to ride him with my body exactly like I would with an experienced horse. But you know, the only difference is that I have to guide him and help him with the reins a little bit more. But I'm going to try to guide him less and less with the rein. I'm always starting my cue with my seat and my body. And then I'm just adding the reins if he doesn't quite respond. But you know, if you want the horse to learn, you just got to start doing it and make them used to it. And eventually, when he's practicing a little bit more, he's going to learn and understand like this. I turned him quite nicely on the diagonal with mostly my seat. It's really nice. Good boy. So I'm going to ride a little bit both ways in a walk first, and then I'm going to stop and give him a treat. But I just want to check that he's doing a good job in a walk, doing some nice circles. And I really like to do the small circles in the corner. I think that's a great way to start to teach the horse how to steer and eventually bend a little bit around the inside leg and teach the horse to steer with the body and the seat. So here, as we're passing the gate, he will really be focused on the gate there. Trying to pass, going to this corner. Yes. And then we're going to turn again, do a circle. Very nice. It's very little pressure on the rein right now. That's good. Good boy. And then I'm going to stop with my seat and my vocal cue, if I can get some focus. Oh, good boy. I really like to teach the horse to stop without needing to use the reins. So I teach that to every horse that comes to this ranch. You do not need to use the reins to stop. Good. I also want them to pay attention, you know, to me. So if you're always stopping with the reins, he will not need to pay that much attention. But if you're only stopping with your body, he needs to pay attention to stop and get his treat. So it's a great way to practice focus. After I have been walking a little bit, I'm going to start trotting. And I'm just going to squeeze him forward a little bit. If he doesn't trot, I'm just going to add the vocal cue as well. And one thing I've been practicing with him is to not trot so fast. Because he can be a little bit like going fast, going slow, going super fast, going slow. So I've been practicing just trying to go in a more balanced speed and keep the same speed all the way around. If he's trotting in the speed that I want, I'm just going to give him loose reins. But if it's going too fast, I'm going to hold him back a little bit. And I've also been practicing a little bit to lower his head. So I can add some pressure on the rein and he will search down. I'm not going to do it all the time. But in the beginning, or, you know, typically horses will run around with their head a little bit more high, and it's not going to be good for their backs. So I like to teach them, if I feel like I have the time, I feel like the horse is ready, to just lower the head a little bit. Also, it's going to be easier for the owner to kind of keep working with him and work on the collection if he's already a little bit accustomed to lowering his head and searching down. Very good. And you can feel the trot will change. It's going to be so much more like here. When it's going down, you can feel the back raise. The trot is so much more comfortable. It's really nice. I'm trying to do a little diagonal here. Yes. Good boy. Focus. He saw a dog. Yes. That's just Luna. You know her. It's okay. Trying to continue. We'll do a little bit on this side as well. Good boy. Very nice. Searching down. And in the moment he's really stretching down, the trot is amazing. Come on. Like here you can feel like he's not coming over the back, but when he's stretching a little bit more down, you can really feel him moving well. Continue. And, you know, searching down, teaching the horse collection and being soft and bendable, it will also really help their focus and make them more calm, because they will be more focused and more concentrated. Searching down, relaxing. There you go. The trot is amazing here. Nice. There you go. Perfect. Good boy. Okay, he's doing a really good job today. Good. Whoa. Good boy. He's turning a little bit. He's expecting to get his treat. Yeah, I'm going to give him on the left first. And that's something I should have worked with a little bit more, change up which side I'm giving him the treat. I typically always give on the right first, and then he will kind of turn and expect getting it on the right. But I'm not going to be, you know, too strict with this now in the beginning. He's a very fresh into all of this training. Here, you want to chew on the rope or you want to get your treat? Yes, treat. Good choice. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, I'm going to see if I can ask him to canter a little bit. And we have been working on it for a week now, and yesterday he got a little bit excited. So I'm curious to see how he will be today. And you know, he's just like a kid in a giant body, you know? I feel like he's just a little kid. Look at him chewing on the rope. Oh, he's quite cute, you know? He's just a very big baby, this guy. Okay, let's continue the training. You know, here in school, gotta pay attention. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna start on the left because that's his stronger side. Start on his most confident side. And I like to, because it's been difficult to canter him, even from the ground, I like to start up here and canter towards the gate, just to make it a little bit more easy for me to get him to canter. Because, you know, the horses are naturally drawn towards the opening. So that's why I'm going to try to ask him for the canter here and see if I can canter a little bit down there. And yeah, I'm just going to reward him if he's doing a little canter. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to first ask him to trot and do a little circle. Really good, really good. Good boy. And I'm going to prepare him. And that's not too bad. Good boy. I just say good bra when I'm happy with him cantering. Good. And that's the first time he did it when I first asked him. So typically I will ask him to canter and he will just trot one more circle, and then I ask him again and then he will do it. So that was really nice. He just cantered the first time. Good boy. Oh, he wants his treat on the left. Look. Oh. Okay. You're gonna get your treat on the left as well. Yes. Not bad, boy. Not bad. That's a very big improvement. Yes. Okay, let's see on the right how it's gonna go. Excuse me. So when we stop and he gets his treats, he gets a little bit like, you know, he wants to stand still and just chew on the rope and stuff like that. He's just a boy, you know, just a kid. Yeah. So I'm not going to be too strict about that because he will start to walk. When I ask him, he just needs a little time. And after I canter, I just want to walk with him a little bit. So I might just walk half a circle or something like that, just so he doesn't think that he has to run all the time. And then I might ask him to trot. Good. And then I'm going to try on the right hand and see how it will go. Good. And I'm going to start. A little bit of the canter noise, prepare. Ooh. And I'm not even gonna bother to try to keep him close to the wall. I'm just happy he's cantering. And he's cantering, you know, into the center. That's okay. I have worked quite a lot with this, so now I'm just happy that he will canter. He will go a little bit more than just one step. So this is great. Yeah, good boy. Good, 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 good. Very good. And then I'm just gonna let him chill a little bit after. He really wants to chew on the rope today. And I'm just gonna pet him, you know, give him a little rest and really reward the canter. So that's why after we canter, I'm gonna stop for a longer period of time, give him a longer rest, because I really want him to think about canter as something it's nice to do. It will lead to something good. He will get to chill, get treats, chew on the rope a little bit, relax, get petted. And you know, a lot of good things will come from him cantering. Maybe I'm even going to give him some extra treats because he's so cute. Yes. Good boy. Yes, good, good, good. He's backing up quite a lot though. Yes. Okay, we're going to try one more time each way. Good, good. You got your break. Good, good. There you go. Good boy. We're just going to do one more time each way. Practice a little bit more. But I'm not going to ask him to canter more than that. You know, just repeat the same again. I think he did really great today with the canter. So we're just going to walk a little bit again. And then I'm going to do the same routine. And I really think when he comes home that it's nice to just work mostly with the canter from the ground. You know, just launch him, let him canter at liberty will be really great to give him some more space and build up his confidence and his strength in canter. And then a little bit you can ask him from horseback as well, just like this. But he's not going to be ready to canter circles or turns or anything, just straight lines a little bit each time. Okay, trot. Good. And now I'm going to prepare him. Just a little sound. Okay. I tried to add a little bit more of the cue to see if he would go a little bit further, but he kind of stopped. It's okay. I'm not going to push him too much with this. You know, when we started, he would trot fast for a long time and really struggle with this. So that's why I'm giving him a chill time with this. Because even though this is not much for him, this is a really big improvement. Good boy. Yes. And you know, you really have to adapt training to the horse that you're working with. So for him, this is great. Good. Giving him a little rest again. He can kind of stay here. Yeah, I know. He knows also that backing up will lead to treats. And for a while, you know, backing up would be the last thing we did in the session because it was very hard to back him up in the beginning. So I would always quit the session with backing up, and that has really, you know, stuck. So he thinks that, you know, if he's backing up, it's gonna be the last thing we do. And he's backing up very well now, but now backing up is not the last thing we do anymore because I kind of want to get him out of this little routine he's got going. Look, he's like expecting to get the treats, you know. But I didn't ask you to back up. You gotta understand. Okay, let's go, let's go. Good boy, good boy. Good, good, good. But I like that he's taking initiative to backing up because it's been hard to do this with him. And now he's really offering it up, so that's really good. Okay, we will do the last canter on the right side, and then I'm just going to back him up a little bit and trot a little bit, and he's going to be finished for today. I don't like to, have a too long session. He's very young. He's at the very beginning phase of his riding, so we're just taking it easy until I don't want him to think about riding and think that it's so much work at this stage. I'm going to prepare. Oh, good boy. Okay, it's okay. Good boy, good boy. Okay. So now I'm going to check okay, he's expecting it on the right. I'm going to give him on the left. There you go. Good boy. And then I'm going to give him on the right. Good. And now I'm going to actually ask him to back up, if he can just kind of let me. But I'm going to walk a little bit forward first, because he's really offering it up, and then he's kind of turning and asking for treats. So we're just going to wait a little bit, and I'm going to try to snap him out of this a little bit. He's really wanting to back up today. Come on. I'm going to walk forward, and then I'm just going to turn him a little bit parallel with the wall. Oh. And then I'm going to back up. And now I'm asking, and you can see he's lowering his head very nice. Good. Backing up not so straight, but it's not too bad for a beginning. For a beginner, it's not bad. No. Doing a good job. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do with him is just trot around a little bit and ask him to search down a little bit and steer him around. And then he's going to be finished for today. Good. And there I kind of stopped him from backing up. I think it was getting too much right now. He really wanted to back up. And I'm also just gonna walk him a little bit if he's finished his treat. Still chewing a little bit. Is he finished? And then also in a walk I can just practice a little bit, lowering the head. So I'm just adding some pressure, and when he's searching down, I'm gonna give him a loose rein. Good boy. Turning over to the left. Good. And also when you're adding some pressure on the rein to get the horse to search down, it's also important to keep some energy on your leg cue, because if not, the horse might think they're gonna stop. So I'm just I'm just slightly squeezing him a little bit with my leg to tell him to keep moving, because I don't want him to think that he's gonna stop or anything. So my legs and my body are telling his feet what to do, and my reins are telling his head and neck what to do. Really good. I'm going to ask him to trot. Good boy. And just practicing a little bit more trotting and searching down, and see if I can get kind of a nice balanced speed. Good. Really good. Turn. No, I wasn't talking to you. No. Just right inside the wall a little bit. Good. Do maybe a figure of 8. But now I feel he's leaning towards my inside leg a little bit, so I just wanted him to come off my leg before I turn to the inside. That's good. Do turn a little diagonal. Good boy. Very nice. Whoa. Yeah, okay. Now I'm just gonna try to turn him over the direction that we were actually moving. There you go. Ah. Oh no, I'll try again. I'm gonna see if we can just stop and stand still a little bit. Whoa, whoa. Ah, stop. Stop. No. Whoa. Ah. No. Whoa. Whoa. Ah. There you go. Good boy. And at least finish with him stopping and standing still. Yes, good boy. That's better. Okay, I'm just gonna jump off before he starts to move again. So the last thing we did was him actually stopping, standing still, not doing a lot of strange things, backing up and biting the rope. Good boy. I'm really happy with him. He's been doing a really good job and improved a lot. And yeah, he's just a sweet, sweet horse. Good boy. So yeah, that's it.